Hello, welcome to Frema Shows. Today we are going to make chicken with white wine sauce and eba or Gari Fufu. Alright, so I have my basic ingredients: tomato paste, grove, parsley, bay leaf, onion powder, ginger powder, fresh onions, curry, nutmeg, pepper, and I have my wine right here. And over here is the chicken. So let's work on our main thing. I'm going to pour, let's say, a cup of olive oil. You can use any oil of your choice, okay? Into a bowl, just a cup. And I'm going to have 1 tablespoon of grove, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, garlic powder. This is parsley. I'm going to have, oh, it's almost done anyway. I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of parsley. And do you remember bay leaf? Yeah, that's bay leaf. So I'm going to, in Ashanti we call it, I don't know, I forgot about the local name we call it. But anyway, it gives the chicken a flavor. So I'm going to stir it and let's put it together. So 1 tablespoon of salt. Okay. Mix the salt and all the ingredients together. Make sure it's all mixed. I'm going to mix all of them, then we continue. So I got everything mixed, the dry ingredients. I'm going to put some foil into my baking sheet or my baking pan. Okay. I'm not going to spray the pan because the stuff is already oily, okay? All right, what you're gonna do is you're going to dip all the dry ingredients. You're going to dip the meats into the dry ingredients like this. I'm not going to fry it. I'm going to put it in the oven. All right, so let's get all of them done. Then you put them into the oven. Okay. All right, so I get everything mixed with the oil. That is how the chicken looks. When we come back, I'm going to dice onions, but I'm going to put the chicken in the oven. Like I said, I'm not going to fry it. But when you put it in the oven, it just looks like you just deep fried. Then we'll get back together. It may take about, I have a lot of chicken, so I'll say an hour for it to be what I want. So don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. Let me put it in the oven. Okay, the meat is still in the oven, or chicken is still in the oven. So I'm going to put some oil in a pan. Remember, this calls for a lot of oil, okay? And I'm using olive oil because I'm going to use only tomato paste. There is no tomato sauce. So let me make it warm, then we start the next procedure. Our oil is nice and warm, so I'm going to put the first onion in. We are going to saute it. The reason I'm using leather is this is non-stick pan, so I don't want to use a spoon while it's going to stretch it. Let's leave it to steam a little bit. The onions is nice and everything, so I'm going to turn the heat down a little bit, and I'm going to put the dry ingredients in. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of curry flour, 1 tablespoon of grove, pepper, 1 tablespoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of hot pepper. This is cayenne pepper. Let's leave it to steam for a minute before we add the next ingredient. Alright, our dry ingredients is nice and steamed, so I'm going to add my big tomato paste. Remember I said I'm using only tomato paste. It's a wine and chicken sauce. You can eat it with couscous, eba, and all that. But I think I'm going to make eba with it since I said at the beginning. So if not, I could have made couscous. It goes very well with couscous. Yeah, so I'm going to stir this. Then the next procedure is we're going to put our wine. This is a white wine. I'm still working on the tomato sauce. I'm not going to put it the wine in until I see this cooked. Now it's all formed, but it needs to be well cooked before I add my white wine gradually. You can add you can get any dry wine of your choice, but the age the better. This was manufactured in 2011, so the age the better. I like the old. If you know wine, you will know what I'm talking about. Stay tuned. All right, it's time to add some of the wine into the sauce. All right, I'm just going to add it step by step, okay? Just step by step. I just add some in, allow it to cook for a minute before we add the other part. It's nice and mixed, so I'm going to add some of the wine as well. Like I said, you can get any red wine of your choice. Allow it to cook before we add the rest as well. Now that it's also mixed, I'm going to add the rest of the white wine. I know my Facebook fan and YouTube fan will be like, then you're going to get drunk. You're not going to get drunk. That's why it's good to eat it in the afternoon. I have a story to tell, but I'll tell you very soon. Before I do so, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of salt. In it. Alright. Now let's get our chicken and see how it's doing. Oh my God. I love the taste of the wine in it. Let me get the meat from the oven. Let's see how it's doing. This is how the chicken looks. I put it in the oven and it looks beautiful, just like you fly it. There's no need to deep fry it and get all oil all over your house. You can just, so let me put it in, then I'll show you how it looks, because we're going to put the onions in as well. So let me get my banner. So far this is how it looks. I get all the chicken in, and this is the empty plate. So the next procedure is the onions. Alright, so now that we are done with the sauce, I love wine sauce. Next time I'll teach you vodka meat sauce. Oh, it's so good. You're gonna love it. Once I'm making the eba, I'll tell you a story about this sauce. Alright. Okay, let me clean out the stuff and then I'll get back to you while we're going to make the eba. Okay, let's make Gari Fufu or eba. Now 1 cup of Gari, just 1 cup. I'm going to have a pinch of salt, just a pinch. Mix everything together. Make sure it's all mixed. And I'm going to add 2 cups of water. Another way around is just put it on top of it. Okay. All right. So probably I use 1 cup of hot water. Leave it to stay. Then you mix it together. Okay. You can just stir it and mix everything together. Okay. In Ashanti we call it Gari Fufu. In Nigeria they call it eba. I don't know how they call it in Accra though. So then we leave it to form. Then I'll make it a ball and put it. It depends on how soft and how heavy, how soft or how thick you want it. If you want it to be too soft or very soft, just add more water, okay? Okay, done. Now let's serve. Okay. This go well with, like I said, couscous, bangkung, and all that. But I like it with eba or gari fufu because it goes well with it. And when you eat this, you go straight to bed because it's full with wine. All right, this is how it looks. Now let me tell a story about my pastor. He visited me one day and I made this sauce and he really loved it. So he asked me for the recipe. I invited him for lunch actually, and he really loved it. And he asked me for the recipe. When I told him about the wine, he goes like, "All right, have a good day." I do want to thank you for watching. This is our white wine and chicken with eba or gari fufu. I do want to thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. It's bye bye from me.